project lifecycle includes what we will call 5 stages. With that said, there will be 5 procedures in a single project lifecycle. We can also call this the product lifecycle. It's what we need to start creating products or services. We will go through planning, execution, monitoring, controlling, and closure. Here's what you need to know. Initiation. The first stage is initiation. It means to understand the basics of what a project is. We need to learn and organize its details. And in this step, we need to know the key stakeholders. We should identify whether the project is practical and functional in the initial stages. And we can do that by checking its feasibility. We need to calculate and check if the particular investment will be beneficial. Confirming that it is worthwhile will ensure that our investment will be fruitful. After this process, we will proceed to planning. Planning. The second stage is planning. In planning, we will calculate the overall structure and measures we need. And to have efficient planning, we need to have a project management approach. We can use the waterfall method. It is where we'll articulate the steps in a downward linear path, like a waterfall. It needs comprehensive details. We can also do the agile approach, and this is where you need to minimize it into phases. It means that we have to work on it consistently. Steadiness allows us to reach the next step of the project. And after that, we can dive into detailed planning. Either way, planning gives us further insight into what we need to do, how it should be done, and what the outcome is. Planning is making a solid blueprint for the project. It is having a layout of our objectives. It is a guide as we move on the project life cycle. Execution. Let's move on to the third stage, which is execution. This is the part where we'll implement the plan we have made. The execution stage involves the acquisition and distribution of resources, and delivering the steps in our project plan. First, ensure that you get the right materials. Second, the manpower involved should know their designated assignments. They need to be skillful and able to execute their tasks. The whole project needs to have a team management scheme. People, materials, and machinery that are fully functional. This system is similar to using technology. Each component needs to be modified and tested to guarantee a smooth performance. As we're working on delivering the resources and labor needed for each step, there needs to be a project manager. Monitoring. The fourth stage of our project lifecycle is monitoring. As we monitor the execution of our project, there needs to be a project manager. A project manager continuously monitors, reviews, and controls the project. It also involves overseeing the resources, processes, and tools used during the execution. It helps ascertain problems and give solutions to avoid setbacks. Its purpose is to check whether the project is still on track. The project manager regularly checks in with the blueprint. They need to ensure that everything is going as planned. And they need to have the project execution under control. Monitoring also includes the functionality of the people and tools. It helps ensure the safety of people and the project itself. The project manager makes sure that the project is not under schedule, and that the project costs are in line with the overall budget. Future obstacles are inevitable, and this is why monitoring is significant. Monitoring the project execution will help us identify problems early. The earlier problems are found, the sooner they can be addressed. We need to consider that additional needs may arise in the future. And this needs careful deliberation between stakeholders. They need to identify whether it is needed or not. This requires their continuous cooperation throughout the project, especially during planning, execution, monitoring, and closure. In this way, we can go back to planning new solutions. It means that there will be changes done in our overall blueprint. As the new plans happen again, it still goes as follows. So when we go back to the planning stage, we'll also go back to executing it and monitoring it. As you can see, all of these stages go hand in hand and nothing is left out. They are followed so that the project we have is delivered successfully. It ensures that all requirements and processes are complied with. Our product or service quality is dependent on this as well. And most importantly, we need to deliver our project on schedule. Closure. The closure is the final stage of the project lifecycle. It is the part where the project has undergone the entire procedure. In other words, this is the final project phase or milestone to be delivered. The closure is what we call the ultimate deliverable. And for the project to reach this point, all the processes mentioned above are done first. The closure is the ending phase of the project lifecycle. It is where we get conclusions from the project we have done. It may sound like the ending of the project, but it isn't. The closure is still as important and functional as the other stages. All the details and information in the project should be collected and defined. It includes the accomplishments, the setbacks, the progress, and the new information. The closure is the learning point of the project and its outcome. It will help us identify what the next project could be about. And it opens up new doors for business opportunities. It needs to be in a formal and organized manner. And this means that everything is kept professional. The closure also involves dismantling the team you have made along the way. It means returning them to their respective units and fields. Ensure you are on good terms with the project stakeholders, the team, and customers. And that concludes the project lifecycle. You can also see our electronic books, courses, tools and techniques, games, and blogs on visualpmpacademy.com. Explore a treasure trove of knowledge and insights in the world of project management at Visual PMP Academy's blog. We believe in the power of continuous learning, and our blog is your key to staying updated with the latest trends, strategies, and best practices in project management. Whether you are a seasoned pro or just starting your journey, our expertly crafted articles, tips, and real-world experiences will empower you to take your project management skills to new heights. Get ready to dive into a world of knowledge and inspiration exclusively tailored to help you succeed in your project management endeavors.